Great to see you.
Yeah, you too.
When did they first reach out to you to be the Bachelor? How did that happen?
I forget the exact timing of it. The role came open, and then it was like a few months after that. I think the conversation had started.
Yeah.
And and that it just sort of happened organically. It was sort of in a time frame from a scheduling standpoint that sort of worked with some of the other things I was doing.
Like quarterbacking the New York Giants?
That was what. Oh, you mean when I was the Bachelor?
Yes, when you were the Bachelor.
So the timing worked out for that really great. The show was super new.
That's right.
I was trying to wrap my head around what it was about, but I'm someone that never says no, and I love experiences. The best part of that, the least fun part of that experience, though, was being driven to Newark Airport to fly to start filming.
Yes.
And my agent calls and says, "You got a new head coach on the Giants. You got to call him and tell him what you're doing." I said, "Okay, fine. Who is it?" He goes, "Tom Coughlin just got hired."
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, dude.
How does that conversation
I'm like, dude. But Jim Fossil was cool with it. I remember being on the practice field with Jim Fossil, and he was like, "How many women are going to be on the show?" Everybody was good. And then I get the phone call on the way to Newark Airport. "You have to call Tom Coughlin."
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay.
So I start sweating.
I'm sweating.
I'm having like
20 years later,
palpitations.
I'm sweating.
And I get the phone. I dial in over to the football office. Coach Coughlin answers the phone. And I'm like, "Hi, Coach."
This is the first time you've ever.
I mean, I had talked to him, I think, at my pro day. There was like a quick run in at the University of Florida with the Gators.
Yes.
And I'm like, "Hey, Coach. My name's Jesse Palmer. I'm one of the quarterbacks on the team." And I start trying to get into like, how do you explain The Bachelor to Tom Coughlin? And so like I'm like spewing verbal diarrhea and just like all over myself, and I'm like trying to explain it to him, and I'm waiting. There's no answer. He's never interjecting. Okay. Like there's nothing. And finally, after like a weird, awkward pause, "Will you be back in time for minicamp?" Yeah. We finished filming in February.
Yeah.
"Well, then why are you calling me?" I'll see you. Go blue, Coach. Go blue. Put the phone down, shoot the show, come back. Fast forward, months later, show's airing.
Yes.
We're in the Meadowlands. We're in a stretch line.
Yeah.
Coughlin's walking down the stretch line. He walks by Tiki Barber. And he's like, "Tiki, remember, 5 points of pressure. Can't put the ball on the ground." He walks by Jeremy Shockey. He's like, "Remember now, in line, and you're releasing option route. Work the leverage." And then he walks by me and he goes, "Jessica?"
No, he did not.
"You picked Jessica?" So, like, that was essentially my reality. Living through being the Bachelor and playing for the General, Tom Coughlin.
I am literally crying, Jesse. No
dude,
way.
It was.
So he knew who you chose? Like what?
We never expected it. You have to understand too. Like at the time, this is like what 2004. So it's Eli's rookie year. It's Tom's first year.
Yeah.
Like reality TV was new.
Was Kurt there yet?
Yeah, Kurt was there. He had to be a part of it. I mean, it was, and so like reality TV was new. Real World had just started, and so I'm trying to explain to the guys in the locker room what's going on.
Yeah.
What the show is, the premise. And they're like, "Wait, so you're going on a show to find a wife? You live in New York City." And I'm like, "And you play in the Giants?" And I'm like, "I know, but it's this show, and it's going to be great." And so we'd have these watch parties together with all the guys.
Is that right?
Just get out ahead of it. And like, I think back then the show was like an hour long, and they would essentially just laugh at me for about an hour. And then you get into the locker room the next day.
Oh my.
And then a dude would come by and he'd be like, "My wife and I watched last night.
Yeah.
Hey, this girl Cindy you're taking a one-on-one date with, watch out, dude, she's crazy. Don't do it." And then you get the other guy.
Did you tell him that it's been shot already?
I'm like, "Thanks for something that would have been good to know about 4 months ago when I was shooting it. Information that would have been good to me yesterday." And then there's like the rookie linebacker from Wisconsin who's like, "Did you pick Cindy? Is she still single?" would she ever?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, dude,
Oh, my God.
challenge flag. So essentially, like the experience of being the Bachelor that year, and if you think back to like the characters we had in the locker room, the 2004 New York Giant locker room is one of the greatest locker rooms of all time. We weren't a very good football team, but our locker room is like in the Hall of Fame in terms of the personalities in the room. We had so much fun with it, and ironically, Tom Coughlin somehow knew.
Somebody had to tell him, right?
A mole.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.